And we are back. Gmac, back at the Outlaw Blitz. I'm going to be getting dangerous, but I got to address some stuff first. My big guy, Winnie, the co host, he's away for a little while. He's going to be doing some mental health cleaning up stuff, getting himself together. This is tough, what we do. We bring you a show every week. We've been bringing it to you every week for 3 years. There's really no downtime. I've been gone for the last month. That's kind of a downtime. During that time, he started getting himself together. So after this, he's going to need a little bit of an extended break. Hopefully, we'll have him back soon. He's excited for the future. He just wants to clean up some stuff. So hopefully, we'll get Winnie back soon. But in the meantime, I have great friends that do a lot with us, that do things behind the scenes, that I have good rapport with. Some I have even better rapport than Winnie with, which will be today. This should be a fun one. So, we're going to maximize our time here and have some fun. Today, my co-host is none other than Rob Farrara. What's going on, buddy?
What's going on? Good to see you back.
Yeah, it was a good trip. I was gone for like a month, bro. And you don't think about it until,
It goes by quick too, I'm sure.
It did go by quick. It went by very quickly.
And I take it that when you go to Ireland and England, you don't come back to it.
No. So, dude, the highest temperature we had was 74.
Wow, that's our weather.
Yeah. 74, nights in the 50s. If you look at some of my pictures, I had sweatshirts on most of the time.
Really?
Yeah.
You is it cloudy and wet looking like in Ireland?
It's always green. So interesting fact. The town, did you see where I chugged a beer?
No.
On my birthday, I went to the oldest bar in Ireland, 900 AD. Wow. 900 AD. Think about that. That's what 1100 years?
It's crazy.
1100 years, right? So I have a shirt from there, Sean's Bar, Athlone. I think I'm saying it right, Athlone, Ireland, 900 AD. So I did a Kilkenny Stout, and I said I'm going to take a sip, and I was doing a review. Well, that fucking thing just hit me. Like the moment hit me. It's my birthday. I'm in the middle of the oldest bar, and I took the pint and just right down the whole thing. And it was a good beer, 9.8, the whole deal.
Stronger than our beer here.
Yeah, stronger than our beer here. But so while I was there, I was kind of bullshitting with the bartenders and this and that. And in that town, it technically doesn't turn to night. About 11:15 p.m., it got where it was like dusk, and it stays dusk until the sun rises back. So you can always kind of see the sun over the mountain. Oh, and then it comes back up at like 3:30 in the morning.
Wow.
It's wild.
Did you stay or just visit there?
Where? In Athlone?
Yeah.
No, I didn't stay there. I stayed in Porto Louise, which is kind of in the middle, like Dublin. So if you look at Ireland, to the east coast is Dublin. Like kind of east coast, maybe a little bit less than halfway down, or more than halfway down, like 2/3 of the way down the country. So Porto Louise was like an hour northwest. So I was kind of like centralized. So it took me like an hour and 40 minutes or so to get to the west coast, which is where I went to see the Cliffs of Moher. And then on the way back from the Cliffs of Moher, that's where we stopped at that town. And that town was awesome. And that town, I would go back. So now I've seen the Cliffs of Moher. They're just fucking cliffs, bro. But I mean, beautiful, don't get me wrong. And I'll tell you, anybody that's going there, if you want to know something, it smells like piss at the top so bad.
Really?
Because they're at the very top, there's like this little castle type thing that they built as an observation. Very cool. But when you're waiting at the bottom, just waiting to go up into that thing, it smells so bad of piss. Like, it's disgusting. And the reason being is there's so many thousands of birds in the cliffs underneath. So the air hits that, and it's just all that shit and bird, and it comes up, and you're like, what the fuck is that? So it's brutal, beautiful, and then there's like sheep and cows around. It's just fucking literally cliffs, But beautiful area up there. What's wild about that is the roads up there are like maybe another half, not even another half of this room wide, and it's 2 lanes and it's 60 miles an hour.
So you're playing chicken.
You are, and I'm like, there's no way that this is 60 miles an hour and that's like normal vehicles come on this. So you come around the corner and there's a tractor trailer coming towards
normal vehicles, but what kind of vehicles? Are they driving smaller vehicles?
They're driving, so their vehicles are smaller, but I don't know. Like, we had a Mazda SUV, and we got in, and the compartment was like, it's weird to have the mirror turned this way.
Oh, that's right.
You're driving on the other side, right? So the room, everybody was like tighter. It wasn't as big as my vehicle, but then parking was the worst. So my son-in-law McLovin, he's a pretty thin kid. We get to Cork, we go down and visit Cork, and we go into Main City. There's a parking spot. We go up, we pull in. Well, you go to pull in, your door only opens that much. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, when your door opens, here to the wall, and then you kind of gotta.
So our fat asses.
No,
I have a hard time.
So like what you gotta try to look for is like a spot that has nobody next to it. Get in, get out, and then So, but McLovin had to like shimmy his way in, and get the car out.
Yeah.
And he's small, so anybody of that country's not meant for anybody that's chubby or fat in any way. And their showers are really weird there, bro. So you know how like our showers are flat and the drains in the floor?
Yeah.
Every shower there, and it was in England and in Ireland, so I don't know if it's just everywhere. Every shower there is probably like a good 18 inches off the ground. It's like a tub that's elevated, so you got to like step into it.
Yep.
And they all have half walls, so it didn't matter if it was Summer's house, personal house, hotel we stayed in, whatever. Had like a half glass wall, and it was this high off the ground. So when you go to come out, you're looking for a handle because you're A, you don't want to slip. Yeah. B, you're nutcracker if you do slip. You know what I mean? And all their fucking things were that tall. And then when they weren't that tall, Summer's shower, and it's wild. When the doors opened, I stepped in sideways. My belly was touching and my back was touching. So, and then you get in, and it's basically the shower head is, I don't know where this water bottle is in front of me, and the doors, my back's touching the doors. So you only have like this 3x3 corner shower. It's just not meant for bigger people.
Damn.
At all. So I'm a thank God that shower head was detachable.
You can stand in one spot and just.
Yeah, it wasn't like Winnie would have struggled there. Like I struggled. So if I struggled, Winnie's a little bit bigger than me, he would struggle. You would have struggled there. Like even your shoulders. Like you sit in the seats there and you're just wider than. But overall, I've seen more cars yesterday driving around Kingston and Saugerties than I saw the entire time I was in Ireland.
Really?
There's only 5 million people in the whole country. So you get out on the main highway, there's like 2 cars. Like we drove for 3 hours down to Cork, or 2.5 hours down to Cork. We saw like 30 cars the whole way. 30 the whole way. And nobody speeds. People don't drive like assholes there. Because I only saw 1 cop in a month. My entire time over there, 1 cop. Because they do it all via all their police enforcement by camera. They just hit you with a speed, send you the ticket, and that's it. So it's wild. But the country overall, like it would rain a little bit, a little bit, but it was cool, no mosquitoes, which was awesome.
Yeah, that's
nice and cool, and everything's green, but there's nothing around. And to be fair, outside of the inner city of Cork, kind of the dingiest part I was in was by McGregor's Bar.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I mean, I get it. I grew up in Mount Marion, right? You grow up, you don't have a lot of money, but you make it. You put a bar back in your town.
Yep.
And that fucking place was phenomenal. That was phenomenal. We didn't have reservations, and we weren't supposed to get a table to eat. We were allowed to hang out at the bar. So when we were at the bar, we were sitting there, and Summer goes, and there was a video playing of him, like a highlight reel. And Summer says to me, and the bartender was jacked, and he had like a cauliflower ear, and he's cleaning the glass, and we're just kind of bullshitting. And Summer goes, "Dad, is that the fight you saw him in?" And I go, "No, I saw him fight Dennis Seaver in Boston." And the guy goes, "You saw him fight live?" I go, "Yeah." I said, "I live in New York, but I drove to Boston with my buddy. We saw him. He jumped the cage and went after Jose Aldo, and at that time, it comes up on the screen." And I go, "There it is right there. He's going to jump the cage." He jumps the cage and whatever. And he goes, "Hold on a minute." So he comes back, and he comes back with the title. And he puts the championship belt on the thing. And he goes, "You went and saw him live?" I said, "Yeah, I saw him live in Boston." He goes, here, take as many pictures as you want with it. There's a spot up back where his tattoo's on a brick wall. You can take a picture there. He goes, if you want some proper 12 to put down next to it, whatever. He goes, and don't worry about it. I'll get you a table. So then he goes
Really?
next door, and then like 2 minutes later, a lady comes over and goes, we found you a table.
Oh, sweet.
So just by Summer making that comment, it kind of
Caught someone's attention.
rolled the ball, got the ball rolling to help us out. And I knew why they didn't give us a table after we got seated. There was a table of 30 guys there on a bachelor party, and the whole other side was full. But phenomenal food, the best food I've ever had in my life.
Really?
Yeah, dude, it had gray, like this color gray, drizzle around it. I'm like, who? It looked like axle grease, for fuck's sake, you know? I'm like, what is this? Oh my God, everybody's putting their chips and whatever in my fucking, it was like a garlic aioli sauce, but it was gray. It was the weirdest thing.
Wow.
So yeah, that happened. You know, we got to see the belt. That
Yep.
belt's pretty heavy. That was pretty cool.
Which belt was it?
It was the belt he won when he beat Chad Mendez. So it was the old belt when he was the interim title holder.
Okay.
But it's cool that he has it there. So I missed him. He was there on Friday. We were there on Sunday. And then when we left on Wednesday, he was back there Friday for another event. It's like his personal bar. He goes there all the time. They just have an area roped off.
Nice.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool to see it and to be there and to, like, you know, see. It's not that big of a deal. It's like in a normal town. It's just right there, you know. One of the surprising things I thought was there's not. I'll back this up a second. England does not have good-looking people in it.
No.
They are not. Even women. Here's the thing you would have loved. We go into London on Saturday. London's probably the closest thing I could say to New York City. You know, like you go here, Boston's just nowhere near the size.
Yeah.
LA is flat. It's not high, not tall buildings. Nashville's not big. You go to these bigger cities. Miami's not really that big. You go to these cities and nothing compares to New York.
No.
London does.
Really?
And I only went like 3 blocks, and there was a fucking hobo drunk on the street laying. I sent you that picture.
Yep.
I'm like, yep. And London does compare. But the difference is, and this is what kind of makes you like about New York. New York's only been around 250 years, say. This place has been around like thousands of years. So like the architecture is different. And it's cleaner than New York, but it's kind of as big. It's big. It's huge. London is fucking huge. Like you think, you know, you're like you're in a cab for like miles, and you're like, oh, I got to be getting close to wherever. No, you're like, you know, you're like trying to trace it on a map. I'm like, I think I'm here. Meanwhile, you're like way the fuck over there. Yeah.
You're like that fraction of an inch.
Yeah, but amazing city. Big Ben, Parliament. I took a picture of them. Yeah. Saw a bunch of benders over there. Yeah, but those chicks don't wear bras over there, bro. Nobody had a bra on. None. And they're not good looking. They're like orange. They fake tan, and I mean they're like fucking orange with these big eyelashes. You get off the plane in Ireland, immediately it smells super clean. I get off the plane, I'm like, something smells really good. I'm like, it must just be me, like in my head. I'm in Ireland finally.
Yeah.
Summer gets off the plane. She's like, Dad, it smells really good over here. Everybody gets off the plane. It's like, Jesus Christ, it smells good right here. You know, you're not smelling jet fuel or diesel fuel. And the other thing was, you walk on the tarmac and get on the plane.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you go downstairs, you walk out on the tarmac and go up to, and they board the plane from the front and the back.
Okay.
So they're like, I don't know, say row 14. If you're before 14, you go in the front. Yeah. Anything after goes in the back. It's pretty wild. And you board really quick. So you're like, oh, my flight's leaving at, I don't know, 10 a.m. It's 9:50. We're going to board, you know, we're at 9:40. Yeah, 9:40, boom, you're boarded. 10 o'clock, you're up in the air because you can line up that quick.
Yep.
Yeah. So it was cool. I mean, there's a lot of good things there. I mean, I'll talk more in detail off the air about it because, you know, it's a lot to go over. But yeah, and the people in Ireland were substantially better looking. They have good teeth. They have dentists. You know what I mean? They're very good looking people. All thin though, real thin. Like they're thin and taller. Not necessarily taller, but not. You know, they're not as short as you would think. Like you're always the Irish guys, Italian guys always get banged on for being short, but no, they're pretty tall. And then we saw a fan of the show, which was pretty cool. we ran into the guy from Podcastagram, and we got this awesome flag. I mean, you can't see it, but Irish rugby flag, which is pretty cool. That's weird when you're in another country.
Did you communicate with them before going over?
No. So I communicated with the guy from Concerts that made us, and he wanted to come up and have a beer, but by the time he got done doing his job, by the time we got back in town, it was like 11 o'clock at night. So, like, he goes, next time you come, we'll have to meet up. Okay, but the other guy I just happened to run into.
It's nice.
At a bar. He was like, he's the guy that told me, go to this bar. It's the oldest bar in Ireland. You got to try it. You know, over the last couple of years when we would bullshit through the podcast. So then when we're there, we're having dinner, and I'm like, hey, by any chance, does anybody know this guy? And they're like, yeah, I think he's around. So it is very small. Like, they just know. It's like, yeah. Like, I could ask 100 people here, do you know Rob? And they'd be like, nah. I mean, you know. The one guy, I asked one guy, they're like, yeah, I think he's down there at the, you know, whatever. So then we go down, and I'm like, I don't really know. You know, I'm like, this guy looks kind of like the guy, but not really. So we had a drink or something, and we're walking down. He's like, yo, Gmac, right? He goes, I knew your face. And then we had shots and all this stuff. And we did, they have a competition called Splitting the G. It's you get a Guinness, and you got to drink it down to the line in the G, and whoever's the closest wins. And then you win a shot. And then we did Irish car bombs. We did the Guinness shots, which were cool. Guinness shot was like something, I can't, Summer's got the recipe, but it was basically like, it was a baby Guinness shot, it was called. And they put it in with Bailey's to make the head on it, so it looked like a baby Guinness. They were pretty good. It was a good time, though. That Athlon, I'd go back there. Because that town had, like, the one area we were in had like 10 bars. You know, and it was right on the water, and it was beautiful.
Yeah.
So you would definitely appreciate going over to there. Like that. The food was delicious. Just small. But beautiful. Like, I would, at this point in my life, if I could do it all over again, if my kids were your kids' age, I would make a trip to go. Because, like, once you see it, you're like, I don't know. Like I said to Boston when I got back, I'm like, dude, I wish you would have went, because, like, you don't realize you're only young once.
Yeah.
And there's so much more to this world than the little postage stamp we see. So.
Yeah, that's good. You got to experience. I've never been out of this country other than the cruise that I just did in April. But
and how you like that, though, right? You like the cruise?
I did.
You'd go back? Did you book another one?
Yeah, we booked another one for next May.
Oh, nice. So and where'd you go there?
We're going to do Western Caribbean next year.
Okay.
This year we did Eastern Caribbean, St. Martin, St. Thomas. But
the women had to be hot there, though.
Yeah. It's different.
Yeah, they're tan there. They're tan, I got pasty white.
You come back tan when you go to cruise.
Yeah.
You don't come back the same color.
Yeah. No, I'm probably lighter because I didn't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was the thing. 3:30 in the morning, the sun being blaring in your face. Like, the bedroom I stayed in at my daughter's house faced east. So 3:30 in the morning, I'm like, oh my God. And then you got to flip your days quick because it's 5 hours ahead.
Yeah.
So right now, you know, it's middle of the afternoon. It's early morning here.
Over there.
Yeah.
How's Summer doing?
Summer's doing very good. So her mom left probably like a week or 10 days before, maybe 2 weeks before I got there. And then in between that time, their stuff came that was shipped over from when she moved from Mississippi to London or to England. So when their stuff came, you know, they're trying to unbox all that stuff. So during my time there, I helped her put up her nightstands, build them, clean some boxes out. And now when I left, they got a new desk. McLovin got a desk for his game room. He's got that. Once that desk goes up, a lot of stuff will start to unpack because, like, they're kind of living out of one area, so it's cluttered.
Yeah.
But now that they got the desk and they're starting to get their stuff set apart.
She's been there for how long now?
2-3 months, maybe.
2 months.
But their stuff, they only just got their car, like, 2 weeks before I got there. Wow. So you're driving with New York plates in England. It was wild, dude. It was wild stuff.
That's awesome.
It is awesome. And, you know, it's what's crazy is every England, they have them wide, long, thin plates. But because they're American, we don't have the spots on it. So they give us like a plate. You got to have the sticker with the Britain's British sticker on it.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Does she looking for a job? Does she have a job?
She doesn't have a job yet because her mom was there, then I'm there, and then they got friends coming. So once kind of this barrage of people come, like probably when school starts, she'll do some stuff there. And a lot of people, they just work on the post. There is some differences there though. Like we went to McDonald's one night before a circus. We went to a circus, live music. That was pretty awesome. They don't even know what a McGriddle is.
No, really?
No, they don't know what a McGriddle is. Their fries taste different. One cool thing I do think that, like, I know Ireland specifically does it. On every menu, when you eat, it'll have a number next to it. And Ireland just basically has, I think it's like 11 allergens. So whatever it be, nuts, dairy, whatever, fish, and they have a number next to it, and it's just a simple thing. Like you're never guessing, does this have nuts in it? Does it not? Just it has a number key at the bottom, and it's universal for the whole country. How smart is that?
Yeah. Oh, it's got number 3 peanut.
Right. So if your kid is a kid and they're going out to dinner with their friends and they just know they can't eat number 5, you go out to dinner and it's easy to say number 5. I can't eat anything with number 5 in it.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And it's just smart, and I don't know why we don't do it.
Yeah.
It's like we're idiots. So, but yeah, I want to thank you for coming on. Were you nervous at all about coming on? No, it doesn't bother you to sit here and bullshit.
No,
just pull that closer to you. So
this one closer.
Yeah, like we'll hear you on the video, but on the thing here. All right, so we decided we were gonna do a pretty cool top 5. You're prepared? You ready for this?
I'm ready.
All right, let's see what we got here. This week's top 5, the top 5 buddy movies. It's pretty easy. We're good buddies. Best man in your wedding. We hang out. We do dumb shit. We talk about dumb shit. I didn't do just comedies. I don't know if you did or not.
I didn't do any comedies.
No comedies.
No.
How many cop movies? Because that's the other. It's usually cops and buddies in comedies.
One.
Really? All right. You want to start first? You want me to start first?
Go off.
All right. Number 5, Grumpy Old Men.
Great movie.
Great movie. 2 buddies. They were buddies when they were younger. They fought over a girl. They lived next door to each other. Even though they bicker and go after each other, they're still buddies. And Walter Matthau and Jack Lemmon, I mean, it was probably one of the best couples. They probably invented it with The Odd Couple way back in the day. So that's my number 5.
Okay, when you sent me the text message, you said movies, not buddy movies.
Oh, you just did movies?
Yeah.
Oh, we'll do it. Whatever. Do your movies and I'll do buddy movies.
My top 5 was, of course, Rocky, the original Rocky movie.
Okay, well, I mean, he has buddies in that.
He's got a lover. Yeah. So, I mean,
the original Rocky.
Original Rocky
is your number 5?
Is my number 5. Great underdog.
How many more Rockies are on this fucking list, Rob?
None.
Dude, how'd you? We go through text. We're like sports or buddy movies.
Read the last text message.
And I'm like, well, the movies. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
All right, number 4, The Sandlot.
Great summertime movie.
Summertime movie, and that's what it's about. Your buddies playing ball in the sandlot. And, so I went from one extreme to the next. I went from the old guys to the young guys where they became buddies.
Yep.
Doing the sleep out and the you're killing me, you're killing me, Smalls. And Wendy Peppercorn and the whole deal. Like that is one of the most classic movies of all time.
Every young kid, boy should watch that movie.
Yes, 100%.
Especially if you're into sports.
Yeah. Yep.
Great movie. And that's what I did when I was a kid. We on our summer vacations.
Right.
First thing in the morning, we're out playing baseball.
Wiffle ball, whatever.
Anything.
And you always found 100 bikes in somebody's front yard.
You found, You knew where everybody was by their bikes.
Yeah.
There was no cell phones, no bothering parents calling the houses at 9 o'clock in the morning.
And if you brought your ass in the house at like 1 o'clock, your mom would throw you right back out. You get a sandwich and get the fuck out of this house. I'll see you at dinner.
Yep. Those are great times.
Yep. What's your number 4?
Well, my number 4, obviously, it's not a buddy movie, but it's a tie between both Batman The Dark Knight and The Rises.
Well, he was buddies with Commissioner Gordon.
Commissioner Gordon.
So The Dark Knight and which one?
Dark Knight Rises.
Oh, okay. The Dark Knight. Yeah.
That trilogy I love, but those two movies I can't decide between the two.
Well, I was right up above you. I mean,
great performance.
Great performance. It's terrible that you didn't get to see it with Heath Ledger there. Yeah, phenomenal movie.
Fast paced.
Christopher Nolan, right?
Christopher Nolan.
He told a really good story. The only thing I did not like about it was I just could not stand Christian Bale's voice when he did, "I'm Batman." I mean, come on, dude.
Yeah, his voice was a little odd. I thought he was a great Batman.
He was.
It was fast paced. Dark Knight. Batman's my favorite comic.
I still like Michael Keaton's Batman, though.
Michael Keaton. Yeah, Michael Keaton's great. And he's going to be up in the next, was it
The Flash or something? Right? Yeah. Yep. I think it already came out, maybe.
But he's not going to be Batman. He's just going to be...
Well, he's Batman in that where they go through the multiverse.
Okay.
He's in that timeline. He is continuation as Batman, yeah. And I mean, Batman does have a buddy called Robin, Batman and Robin. So, see, we can always tie it. Number 3, Good Will Hunting. And I consider that a buddy movie because Ben Affleck would pick him up every day, and it's something he said to him. It's a very powerful moment in that movie when he says, "You know what the best day of my life's going to be? The day I come and knock on that door and you're not there."
Yes.
When you actually go and do something for yourself because you're better than this. Yes. I'm an idiot. I'm going to be shoveling stone till the day I die, but you don't have to be here.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah. Yep. And then the day he went there and knocked on a door and you could just see his friend was sincerely happy for him to get out of that shit life.
That I saw that part of the movie when he tells him, "You're better than this."
Right.
Through Facebook feed.
When we were talking about this? Yeah.
That's weird.
But it's true. Like sometimes your friends have to tell you what you're capable of. As opposed to...
Well, good friends tell the truth.
Yeah. And you may get mad at them, but ultimately they're the ones that tell you how it should be or what it is.
Yeah, a lot of people are sensitive now, so they can't handle the truth.
Yep. What's your number 3?
Godfather. That's a buddy movie.
That is a buddy movie.
The original Godfather.
The original Godfather. I like the second one.
With De Niro playing the flashback of Marlon Brando.
Yep. Yeah, the original Godfather. That was a slow. So that was slow. A change of pace. That was a slow paced movie.
Slow paced movie.
Yeah.
Classic.
Yeah, and James Caan. I mean that was classic. I mean, your girl Talia Shire was in there too.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yep, she was in there. Yep, that was a great movie. If you're Italian, you have to. It's got to be somewhere in your top 10.
Yeah. Yeah. So. If your number 1 is what I hope your number 1 is not what I think it is. Number 2, Back to the Future. Marty and Doc. I mean, that's
great 80s sitcom or movie.
Comedy, but drama, whatever, the whole deal. But they were buddies. I don't know how they became friends or whatever. I mean, he was an older, experimental guy. He was a young kid that probably was a neighbor of some sort. But you travel. I mean, that was a movie that traveled to the future, to the past, and to the way past.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they were their connection brought them through, over 100 years of time, which was pretty awesome.
And the theme song was awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
I like the end. Where we're going, we don't need no
roads. Yeah, yep. And what's your number 2?
Heat.
Yeah, that was very good. Yes.
I love.
That was where they had the big shootout in the street, right?
Big shootout in the street. I love the scene. This is the first time that De Niro and Pacino played in a movie together since The Godfather 2.
Right.
And the scene at the diner when they meet.
Yes.
Have a little talk.
Where he's sitting there and he's like, "You're bringing too much fucking heat."
Yeah. And De Niro tells Pacino, "You got to be ready to walk out on anything."
Yeah.
So I love that movie. It was a great movie.
That's you and these Italian movies. Here we go.
Well, it's not an Italian movie. It's a cop movie. Cop and robber movie.
Pacino and De Niro.
It happened to have 2 Italian. We had Val Kilmer in it.
Yeah.
What's his name? What's her name's father? What the fuck's her name?
I don't know.
The one that was married to Brad Pitt.
Angelina Jolie. Yeah.
What's her father's name again?
You're gonna ask me a hard question right now. He was Bud Kilmer though.
But yeah,
yeah, he's a really good actor. That guy.
Yep.
Fuck, I can't think of his name now. All right, and my number one buddy movie, American Pie. And the reason I went American Pie is because they start in high school, they're buddies.
Yep.
It goes to college, it goes to a wedding, and then it goes to a reunion. And through it all, through all the thick and thin and bullshit, they always find them way back to being, the core group.
And then there's that one prick in the group that follows you wherever you go.
Yep.
And you really don't want to include, but he's part of the group somehow.
Fucking Stifler. And he's got the hot mom.
And someone always has a hot mom.
Yep. And you always got a shit brick, who's a little weird and off to their own, and you always have the gym.
Yep.
And then, and then you got the kid that, if you really look back at that movie, Kevin, the kid that was in Rookie of the Year, I think it was Kevin.
Yes.
He was supposed to be the guy. He was the one with the brother. He was the one with the girlfriend. And it kind of morphed into Jim's story. Yeah. If you think about it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It was really weird. Like, if you look back at who probably should have been the focal point of the first one, and he was the known movie star.
That's right.
And then, Jason Biggs' character.
What's the other character's name? The jock.
Oz.
Yeah. He was another big name character at the time, wasn't he?
No, he became big because of that
movie. Because of that movie?
Yeah. So I just saw a thing. Stifler made $8,000 for the first American Pie. That's it, $8,000. He said they shot the movie. He made $8,000. He bought a $5,000 Ford Taurus and had to go back to work at like some, Cabela's or something. Really? How fucking weird is that? And then it becomes this big hit, and then of course the money comes. That's wild shit, dude. And that movie probably came out around your senior year, right?
Oh, yeah, it was end of my high school, maybe junior, senior year.
That's so awesome.
That was a great movie. Same thing with Varsity Blues. That was
yep.
Same time.
And we're due for something like that. Like, every generation has its comedy, like Porky's, and then it became American Pie. We're about due for a new
one.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's as good as American Pie, because American Pie was great.
Yeah, Porky's was fucking great too.
Porky was great. I was a little young for that one. That was back in like early 80s when I was like 4 or 5.
Yep.
But I remember watching them.
Yeah, but then you get older and you watch them and you're like, yeah. Where he puts this wiener through the fucking shower hole and Ball Breaker comes. And then she's telling him she wants a tallywhacker lineup in the principal. Or when Kim Cattrall's moaning up in the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, that was what made America back in the day.
Absolutely.
The
Absolutely.
Fun shit.
It is.
What's your number one?
Well, it's like a buddy movie. Father and Dad. The Last Crusade.
Oh, very good movie.
I love the storyline. I love what they were chasing
Sean Connery,
Harrison Ford. I think were great together. They fed off each other very well. Had that funny lines to it.
Yeah, and like one-liners too.
One-liners, yeah. Yep. Great movie.
Harrison Ford, yeah. You're a big Harrison Ford guy, though.
I do like Harrison Ford.
He's like your guy in Star Wars. You like Han Solo?
No, Star Wars was always Darth Vader.
Yeah.
I was a big Darth Vader. I hated Luke Skywalker. He was a one day.
American heroes are all that way. Or just heroes in general. They always got to get the shit beat out of them and then come back. It doesn't matter. Like, the biggest heroes ever have always been the guys that are the softest.
Yes.
Yeah.
But no, Harrison Ford is not my favorite actor, but his movies are usually good.
Yeah.
And I remember going to see the Last Crusade movies with my dad because he wanted to go see it, and I was hooked.
Yeah, you just got to pull that closer to you because we keep losing it. It drops when you get past a certain point. Yeah, so I had a couple honorable mentions. I had Rush Hour, Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker, 48 Hours, Nick Nolte, and Eddie Murphy. That's two polar opposites, and they came together. The other guys, Mark Wahlberg and Will Ferrell.
That almost made my list. And that should have if we read
the buddy list. Yeah.
Buddy list.
And the last one was Entourage. Even though it was a movie, it was more a TV show. That would have probably been number one if it was a TV show. Yeah.
Great half-hour episodes.
Yeah. You could fly through them. And they're talking reboot.
Are they?
Yeah. like kind of where they are now.
That would be awesome.
And you don't have to be, you don't have to have the same guys be the focal points.
No.
Just have like a kind of, they're still part of it, but, do the thing. Vince got tired of Hollywood and he's out doing his environmental shit. Like the guy that really did it is Adrian Grenier is really doing that.
Yep.
Grenier or whatever the fuck they call him. Griner.
So the other guys was on my honorable mention.
Yeah, that.
Got
my first desk pop.
I'm like a peacock.
Yeah. The Yankee Clipper. Mark Wahlberg's a highly underrated actor, I think.
He is. He's a good actor. And I always felt that way about DiCaprio.
Yeah.
I never liked him early on, but I've grown to like him. I think he's a great actor.
Did you ever see What's Eating Gilbert Grape?
Yes, of course.
Fucking
phenomenal.
Dude, you would have thought, if you didn't ever see Leonardo DiCaprio before that, you would have thought he had special needs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
He should have got an Oscar for that.
Yes.
And I mean, you look at a movie like that, him and Johnny Depp are in it together.
Yeah.
Two the best actors of our time.
Great. It was a great movie.
The Departed. When you had Wahlberg, DiCaprio, Damon, Nicholson.
Yep. That was another great movie. Patriot was one of my other favorite movies.
Yep. That's Mel Gibson.
Yep.
What do you think about the hubbub about that movie that him and Caviezel put out? There's like a movie there's a movie out there right now, The Sound of something, or they have a movie out right now it's something about Mel Gibson. It's Mel Gibson and Jimmy Caviezel, I think. Is that how you say his name?
I know what you're talking about, but I haven't really paid attention to it. I know Mel Gibson took heat for
Sound of Freedom. It's called The Sound of Freedom.
Everybody's bragging about that.
And they're going places. It's like shutting down because it's about child trafficking and what Hollywood's doing. And they're going to the movies, and all of a sudden they're turning the lights on. Oh, it's not working. And it's all over the country. If you go on like YouTube or TikTok or Reels or any of that, it's showing that like all over the country. All the projectors down. All the AC doesn't work. Oh, like they're just turning the lights on and the movie's not being played.
Well, Mel Gibson's not a fan of Hollywood. He's not a fan of Hollywood, and Hollywood's not a fan of him.
Right, and he fights he fights them.
He took the heat for making the Christ, I think.
Right, Passion of the Christ, too.
Christ.
Yeah. But like to see that, and you're like, what are they really doing there that you don't want this movie seen? Like, what is it? Is there too much truth involved?
I think there is.
There probably is, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it makes you wonder, man. Like, what's going on here? What's Hollywood hiding? Or who are they protecting?
Both.
All right. Next segment I do crazy questions. Okay. I'll bring you in and we'll see how you do. Deaf. All right, 5 crazy questions sponsored by Scalable Computers, this week presented by, me, Gmac. We'll see how Rob does with these. Number 1, if you could get shit-faced drunk with any president in history, who would it be?
Oh, it's going to be Trump.
Trump?
He's a millionaire. We're going to get fucked up and going to do
I'm shocked. I thought you would have said Reagan.
He was one of my favorite presidents, but it's not the type of guy you probably get drunk with.
Yeah. I don't know.
You know what I'm saying?
I think I'm going all the way back. I'm going George Washington. You got it. Numero uno. He had his own like cherry bounce or something he made. He made his own liquor, so yeah.
Are you going way back in time? All right.
Yeah, I'd go all the way back. Trump would be a good one now.
Yeah,
Yeah. I don't know. You probably bang a lot of hot chicks if you were Kennedy.
You probably end up dead.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You come, hey, like you're gonna go back in time, and like you go back, and in like 3 hours you're back. You're like, God damn, you're back already? Yeah, I got fucking killed. I'm back.
I knew too much.
Yeah, real quick. All right, number 2. If you had to win one game show to save your life, what game show would you do? It's like you had to win it. Like Jeopardy's obviously out of the fucking.
Oh, I'm too dumb for Jeopardy.
There's no way Jeopardy is. And then you're throwing yourself a chance if it's like Price is Right.
Well, that was one of my favorite game shows. Price is Right.
You would do Price is Right?
The Price. Oh, bitch.
Yeah, I think like Family Feud.
Family Feud, okay.
It'd have to be something that was like at least you could guess what people would guess.
Okay. But you also rely on other people to help you, right? The Family Feud?
You are. I don't know. What other games are there out there? Like game shows.
Wheel of Fortune.
Wheel of Fortune is possible. But you could get some idiot that's just like a savant next to you. You know? I'm trying to think what other games there might be. Double Dare.
No, that was Double Dare.
Yeah, that's a hard one, dude. Like, what game do you pick?
I'm going Price is Right.
Price is Right?
Oh, we all watched it when we were homesick.
Yeah. You gotta hopefully. How much is this bottle of water? $1. You know? No, it's $4.50. Yeah. All right, number 3. You're out partying in Hollywood, and you get the hottest chick around, but you got to have one male actor to be in a threesome with you. Who do you take?
Oh, God.
You don't have to touch the guy, but you got to pick an actor.
Oh, God.
I think I would take the guy from The Hangover with the.
Anybody
then you know you're better.
Anybody that makes me look big.
Yeah, the dude from The Hangover that jumped out of the trunk.
You want to fuck on me?
Like, you can't be in there with like Brad Pitt.
No.
You know what I mean? You can't be in there with like fucking Thor or somebody. You'd be like,
no.
Really?
Don't. That's the guy.
Yeah. You'd have to be like somebody that's just fucked up. Yeah. That's my opinion.
Okay, I'm going with you on that one.
Number 4. What would the title of your autobiography be?
Fuck.
That is what it would be.
It would be fuck.
Fuck. Because you use it.
I use it too much. Or too much.
Would you spell it correctly, or would you just be like F, like number
I
sign?
I always got told that I say fuck in a very distinctive way. like draw out the U.
Yeah. You know, like what the little thing over it?
Fuck. Fuck.
That is 100% what your book would be called. And number 5, would you rather relive your best sports moments or your best sex moments?
Sports moments.
Sports moments.
Absolutely.
The other shit is just the other shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, 100% sports moments. Yeah. Like just to go back here and get back in the box and be like, oh, here it comes. This is gonna be it.
This is it.
I'm hitting a walk off right here, you know, or whatever.
Sports.
I think. What do you think the percentage is? I think 90% of men would say sports.
Sports. Absolutely.
Yeah. Because you only get to a certain point in your life. Sports is just such a small part of your life.
Not only that, sex is private.
Yeah.
No one people might not even believe you.
Right. No. But you would be reliving it.
Reliving it. Yeah, that's a sports moment.
I mean, you can run through it mentally in your head.
Sports, you feed off the crowd also.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%.
You get that whole feeling again.
Yeah. Yep. I agree. I would do sports moments myself. So you got through there, not too bad. Not too bad. You know, you did all right. All right, and we got one last segment, and then I'll let you get out of here. I won't kill you. And this is, you're going to love this song. We have done this before. I don't know where I found this song, but it works. It's over and under. It's either overrated or underrated. There is no push.
Okay.
So you gotta explain. All right, number 1, calzones.
Overrated.
I agree. Overrated. Like, is it a pizza? Is it a pocket? Pizza pocket? What is it? What is it? It's never. There's never the right cheese to bread ratio. I don't feel.
And it's sometimes it's dry.
Right. Super dry. And they give you the sauce on the side. They don't put the sauce on top of it.
And then the oil drips out. Yeah.
I say overrated on calzones.
Overrated.
Number 2, mint chocolate chip ice cream.
Overrated.
Overrated. I'm shocked you said overrated for any ice cream, but yeah, mint chocolate chip. I mean, it's okay once in a blue moon.
If you said mint cookies and cream, I would have said underrated.
Yeah. Well, that is distinctly different.
Yes.
Because that's like Oreos and mint. Yeah, but yeah, people say it, and I'm like, once in a blue moon, I'm good for it. But other than that, I think it's overrated.
Yeah, I would never choose it if it's there, I'd eat it. But
right. Number 3, weed whackers.
weed whackers,
Yeah, weed whacker.
underrated.
You think it's underrated?
Yeah. You're talking about actual weed whacker.
Yeah, a weed whacker. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's underrated.
It's underrated.
It gets in spots where you need to get into.
I'm like this dude in his lawn. We'll see.
I'm anal about my lawn. I
Yeah.
gotta have the line straight, and the lawn doesn't look good without the weed whacker.
Because you get all the edging done.
You gotta get the edging done.
Yeah. Now, do you have the wheel where you go and you turn it this way and do the whole edge?
Yep.
Do you do that?
I don't need to.
No.
Do that now.
So, this is a question for you. When you have your own lawn, does your grass go right to your fence line, or do you bring it out like some people do it? I like when they do it and they bring it out like a foot, and then they put like a flower bed or something in there, because then your grass is never up against a fence line growing up the fence.
Well, my fence one push is on hill.
Yeah.
So there's nothing there but grass.
Yeah.
So I have to get in there and weed whack.
And you need the weed whacker to do it, so it's underrated.
It's underrated.
All right, number 4, sunglasses. I never really see you in sunglasses.
I don't. Overrated for me because I'm not one to wear it.
Yeah. What do you wear, a hat and just keep a hat?
I don't wear a hat on.
No.
I can be with the sun pretty good actually. I did buy a pair of sunglasses for my cruise because the sun's different there.
It is. It's a lot. Yeah.
It is.
Dude, I can say that over there in Europe, the sun is way brighter.
Yeah.
Way brighter. And the sky is way bluer.
Yeah, I'm supposed to wear glasses.
Regular glasses?
Regular glasses, and I don't, which I need to start.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know you wear glasses.
Yep.
What's that from? You got a hairy palm too?
So, but then I would go overrated.
All right. I would say underrated occasionally. Well, I think underrated just because you need them. Like, I do good with the sun. I don't wear glasses that much. But there's times like when I go to the races, I wear sunglasses because it keeps the dust out of your eyes too. So they're underrated for me.
Okay.
And number 5, boxer briefs.
Underrated. I need boxer briefs. I need the leg part.
So this is the hardest one for me. I think they're overrated because they just suffocate my nuts. And as much as you sweat, I can't believe you.
I can't wear boxers.
But the problem is,
it's gotta be boxer briefs.
Boxer briefs keep you from chafing too.
Yes, keeps you from chafing.
It's just the amount of heat it holds in there.
I hate boxers because they bunch up.
Yeah, you got to kind of hold them down and pull your jeans up.
Yeah. I hate that.
No, I get it. There's advantages, but there's disadvantages.
And I don't know how people wear whitey tighties.
That's too much because your thighs are still rubbing.
And then you get the chafing from the
band. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I like the new materials on boxer briefs now though. Like they're lightweight, they're breathable. It's not like the old ones. It was like putting fucking flannels on. They were so hot.
Are you a Hanes guy or Fruit of the Looms? What are you?
Hanes. Though I got those Hanes, but dude, you got to try those Tommy John ones. That's what I got on today, and they're way better than those Hanes. Those super lightweight ones, they're decent, but the Tommy John ones are way better. Check them out if you can find. I found them at Target. They're actually really good.
Okay.
So what'd you think? Not bad.
Not bad.
Not bad. It was. We did about 50 minutes.
50 minutes already?
Yeah. 50 minutes already. Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Not bad at all.
It goes by pretty quick.
It does go by quick. When you sit here and you're just bullshitting, you're like, all of a sudden it turns into whatever. Yeah. Now, this was just to break the ice with you. When we bring you back, you will be our total idiot selves. Okay. We'll talk about shooting Bigfoot in the woods.
Shooting Bigfoot in the woods? Yeah. I thought maybe that would have been brought up. That's a story for another time.
Yeah, that's another day. I just wanted to get this one out of the way. Coming back, trying to get another episode out, get my life back in order, going back to work, doing the whole deal. Been gone a month.
Yeah, now you got to get back into routine.
Yeah, get back into routine. You're going to do a review for us. They can look for that. Anything else? Anything you want to say? Anything you want to get off your chest?
No, this is my first time sitting in.
Yeah, it's not bad, right?
It's not bad.
It's once you get in, you start bullshitting, it just everything calms down. Like at first, you're like, and then you just kind of ease into it. I want to thank you for coming on.
Well, I'm sorry, I misread your text there. Buddy movies.
Yeah, I mean, like a Maxwell House coffee, throw that one in the garbage, and we'll just move on to the next one.
Yeah.
And then next time we'll drink some Pepsi Max and we'll be all fired up. Dude, no Pepsi in England. All Coke products.
All Coke products, really?
Yeah. Very rarely did you find Pepsi. So
I prefer Coke anyway.
Yeah, I know you do. Let me see. There is something I wanted to say. These were the things I found. No pretzels, no licorice, no like Twizzlers, no lemonade. Their lemonade is like lemon soda. Not as potent as like a 7-Up. Like a little less fizzy, but that's what they call lemonade there. No McGriddles and no humidity. And their birds.
Humidity is great.
Their humidity is great. And then these are the notes I just had for their birds are pigeons. It's just pigeons everywhere.
Every bird's a pigeon?
Every bird I saw was a pigeon.
Oh.
Chinese food is terrible there. This was a wild one. People park on the curbs. So like if you're driving here, you see people park next to the curb on the right. You drive there and you'd have taillight, headlight, taillight, headlight. Just wherever you can find a spot, you just pull right up on the curb. Like our curbs would blow their cars apart because they're so high. Their curbs are low and people just park just wherever the fuck. It's willy-nilly everywhere.
Was people in England rude?
No. They're direct. They're not rude. One thing I did like, their soda caps don't come off. It goes like this and it's got a tether to it. So you never lose your cap.
Drop it on the 30th floor.
Right. Food portions were pretty perfect. Here's one that blew my mind, bro. Regular cars. I saw a Mercedes towing a camper. I'm like, what are we doing that we can't tow a camper with an SUV, but they're towing full-size fucking campers with a car?
You see a lot of trucks?
No, very few trucks. I guarantee you almost every truck I saw, like their work trucks are more like box trucks there. Any truck I saw was probably an Air Force guy.
Well, I wonder what the regulations are over there because they're very liberal.
Yeah. Their fruits and vegetables are super cheap. Like it's cheap to eat over there. There's roundabouts everywhere. Traffic stays moving. And this was pretty cool. It was in England and in Ireland. You would see these cars come by and they'd have this gigantic, I say gigantic, I'd say probably like a 4x6 L, red L up on their windshield. And I'd be like, I wonder if that means livery, like a cab. And then you'd see one come by like and have an N, like as in Nancy on there. And I'd be like, what the fuck does that mean? So finally I asked this lady, I'm like, what does this L mean on all these cars I see? They go, oh, that's somebody that took their written test and they're just learning to drive.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So they could still drive by themselves on their permit, but they were a learner. And I said, well, what's the N mean? And she's like, it means either new or needs help. So like some older people would have an N on there, and people would be like, oh, they're a new driver. Oh, they need help. Like they're. So that was like
not quick to flip somebody off.
Right, right. Yeah. So you had the L and the N, so that they were like, it was like tethered. Like you knew. You looked over and you had like a marker that said, hey, oh, this is a new driver. Maybe I'll give them a little space to get in the.
Yeah.
You know,
give them a little break for holding the fucking driver.
Yeah. Yep. So that was pretty cool to see that stuff.
You didn't get stuck in on any roundabouts like Chevy Chase?
No, actually, they're not bad. A couple quick things. Ireland notes I took. Their airport is a mall. It's the weirdest thing. Like you go through security and then you walk through a fucking shopping mall before you get to your gate. It's the weirdest thing, dude. It's like going through Filene's and Target. You're going through and it's like perfumes, watches, Gucci, this, that. Before you ever get, like ours isn't like that. You get there and there's a couple of restaurants, maybe a store or two.
Yeah.
This is an entire fucking mall before you get to your gate. Trying to see what else it says here. Oh, dude, I saw the coolest hand washing sink. So it had a bar like this, and then the head came out like with the thing. So I get the soap. I'm washing my hands, so I have to do it to the camera. So you wash your hands like this, and the second you're done, you just turn them out like from this to this, and the air dryer's right there over your hand. So the water just goes in the sink. It's not like you're walking with wet hands.
Or spraying on your pants.
You go like this, and then and it's right there. And I mean, it was a Dyson something thing. It was at the Cliffs of Moher. It was really cool. Super tight parking, and that was the other stuff that was there. London, there was bums in the street. But what was crazy is all those buses, you didn't smell diesel fuel at all.
Oh, really?
The trains were fucking the cleanest trains I've ever been on. I hailed the cab for the first time. That was pretty cool. Big Ben in Parliament, saw that. A bum threw a beer. Oh, this I got to tell you. Walking up the stairs, a bum throws a beer bottle at somebody. It misses them, comes right flying by us, and breaks like right behind me. So, like he throws it, misses that guy, and then it goes behind me, and I'm like, what the fuck? And he gets up and he's like, and then the dude comes with a broken beer bottle and chases him down, right behind me.
A little bit of New York.
Yeah. There's some cool people I met on the train, just kind of bullshitting. Piccadilly, that's like our Times Square is Piccadilly. Theirs. It's fucking cool, man. It was like, it's like a circle, and everybody's down in there. And if you ever played Modern Warfare, Call of Duty, they actually have Piccadilly, and I'm like, hey, I've been here before. It was pretty cool. And this was pretty wild. I saw a guy on a bicycle pedaling, and he had a box on the back of like on the trike bikes, and he was a fucking FedEx guy. It was a FedEx bicycle, and it rode around and delivered gifts, packages out of this box on the back of his FedEx bike, trike, whatever. Sure. And you don't see that, dude.
You don't.
And I went to Cambridge University. That's where I saw that. So what I didn't know, like Cambridge is a big college. Let's say like Harvard, right? So I was asking the guy on the train, actually, that I was talking to. I was like, hey, Cambridge, when you get accepted, is it like, do you get accepted to Cambridge or do you get, he goes, the whole town's a college. So you just go to different courses throughout town. It's just, you get accepted to the university, but your courses are there's just schools all over town. And you just go like, oh, I'm going to learn fucking archaeology today, and I'm going to learn engineering or whatever. So he goes, yeah, you'd get on your bike and you'd ride across town to whatever class was in. It wasn't like it's a campus. It's a fucking city of college. That's it.
That's pretty cool.
It's pretty wild, dude, to see it. And it's got like real old school buildings. And, they had the, you could kind of see like it was just probably like, snobby type shit because they had like the coat of arms up there and, everybody's wearing a tie and all kinds of shit.
Prim and proper.
Yeah. But it was cool. That's the type of stuff like we don't have here.
Well, it's pretty cool to see how other cultures do things.
They are direct, though. They're direct.
I hear the French are a bit fucking rude assholes.
Yeah, well, they're rude. So Summer and I were eating at this restaurant from 1450. 1450. This place has been around since. In a town called Lavenham. And there was an older lady there, and she was talking to her son-in-law, and she's like, where have you been? And he's like, I was in Denmark, and then I was in Germany for a little while. Then I had to go to the United States, and she goes, the U.S., like an old lady, right? So I kind of laughed, and then I get up to go to the bathroom, and I walk past her, and she goes, and she's not quiet at all. She goes, well, he's a big fella, like that. I said, yeah, and I'm American too. Well, we love you, like that. But then I went in the bathroom, had one of them, the chains where the toilet tank is up in the air, and you had to pull the chain down. So it was pretty cool. It was like shitting in royalty, bro. It was like real fucking marble floors,
Would you be able to live there?
Yes. I could retire in Ireland. If you want like a low-key, easy life, like not a lot, like I don't like crowds like that. I don't like a lot of people. Yep, I could live there. Because there's stuff to do. There's just, like anywhere, there's stuff to do. Oh, well, when I was there, I went and saw the Electric Lights Orchestra in concert. Yeah. I could tell you their songs, but I could never tell you who the fuck they were before that. But that was phenomenal. And that little arena, I don't know why we don't have one here in Saugerties. It's only like the size of the ice arena, just 3 levels. You had like a floor with 200 seats on it. And then it had balcony 1, balcony 2. Not that big of an area. And man, phenomenal. Great concert. I completely enjoyed it. And that's what I mean. There's stuff to do like that. Their train systems are phenomenal, but it's in the countryside. It's like over there, what's weird is like it's your cities, and then it's just country.
For well, I think of Iowa, I think of just country, dirt roads.
Yeah, tight roads.
Sheep's walking across the
yep,
road.
Yep. Well, up where summer is, it's a lot of sheep too.
Okay.
It's sheep and cows everywhere. A lot of pigs. They have like all these pig outs everywhere. Yeah. I'll show you some pictures. It's literally just fields of fucking wheat or corn, or it's just fields.
How long does Summer have to be there for?
She's there for the next 3 years. So
it's a good experience for her.
It is. If a grandkid comes out of there, I'll have a little kid and go, "Hey, Grandpa," some little English kid, But it's cool. And their schools are. Oh, here's one thing I got to tell you before we go on. I know we're getting run long here. I didn't see one kid on an iPad, a telephone, a cell phone, anything. Every day when the school would get out, all the kids would be at the playground right in her neighborhood. They had like a playground. The parents would be right there, and the kids would be going crazy.
That's what needs to be brought back in this country.
8:30 in the morning, there would be she had neighbors move in while we were there. The two boys met the two boys that were across the parking lot. Like they just moved in, they made friends, and they're playing cricket in the fucking parking lot. 8:30 in the morning, and they were probably like 6, 7 years old. And it's like that's what we're lacking here. Like these kids are out. You go to a restaurant, not one kid had a cell phone. Not people don't have their cell phones out like that.
That's good.
It was enjoyable. It was enjoyable to see.
Yeah,
so it was good, man. I don't want to go any longer. We went pretty long, but I want to thank you for coming on. Hopefully, you'll be able to come back on again, and we'll get a little crazy next time.
We'll see you. Other side of Rob.
All right. Well, you got to do the take it deep. So you got to say for me and.
All right, for George McDonald and Rob Farrara, take it deep.
We're good. It was an hour and 1 minute.